Hey everyone, Shannon here again from the Outdoor Kruse. Thank you for being here. And you know what? I'm crushing the views on my videos, but subscribe, help a brother out. Get me to 1,000, please. All right, so let's get started with this one. It's that time of the year, and you know what we can do? We can start already cooking some of that venison. Or maybe you have a little bit left over. But this is one of the easiest recipes that I have found. That's my beautiful Chesapeake in the background, scratching himself. But yeah, so what I call this one is SOS Venison, which is, for us old folks, shat on a shingle venison. It's super easy to do, and you'll impress your little favorite neighbors and so on and so forth, maybe even the hunting camp. So let's get started making this. I usually start with about 12 venison steaks. You can see I'm kind of down to the end here. I'm going to take that steak and I'm going to cut them into just nice, beautiful bite-sized pieces. So that's what I'm doing right now. Boom. It's all cut up. All right. Next thing you're going to need, standard can of Campbell's Cream of Mushroom Soup and 2 boxes of long grain and wild rice, just the packaged stuff. Like I said, this is just a plain old video of how to get things done. Cheap, easy, and get a good meal out of it. First thing you want to do is just cook that rice exactly how the package says. There's like a little bit of a 25-minute boil down time. It's wild rice, so it takes a bit. So that's cooking down right now. Got about 15 minutes left on that one. And in the meantime, we're going to start prepping this steak. First thing I'm going to add is just a little bit of olive oil to this. Yep. Next thing is a little Jiffy spice. And if you know me, if you're new to the channel, I'm a Jiffy guy. This is a promo gift, but I add a little Jiffy spice to just about everything. And if you're in a pinch, you could use some Lowry's. So let's get some Jiffy spice on there. Yeah, bro. There you go. I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't used this stuff, this Kinder's wood-fired garlic is, I think, the best spice that's on the market right now. And I put that stuff on everything. So let's get a good coating of that on there also. And it does. It's got that wood fire to it is amazing. I'm going to add a little chopped onion to this. And we're going to start mixing this stuff all up. Just like that, I'm done. All right, butter's butter. I always start with butter. I know I have olive oil in there. Butter is flavor. So I've got a thing of butter in there. I'm going to let that melt a little bit. Then I'm going to add my meat, and I'm using a deeper saucepan. Everything's going to end up here in the end. All right, I got that pan good and hot. This is a little difficult to do with one hand, but you'll see it. There. Oh, talented. Let's get this stuff moving and get it good and browned. All right, if it was me, I'd say it's done. But my wife is not a medium style steak person, even though I know it's going to cook a little bit more once we mix everything together. I do the good husband thing and make sure it's done. But not without sneaking a few pieces. One more. All right, everyone. Now we're getting right down to it. So now it's time to add the cream of mushroom soup. And here's my secret. All them juices that are inside with that steak that's cooked, I leave in there. That's going to be the liquid portion of my soup. And I'm just going to dump it in there. Secret number 2, cream of mushroom soup never comes out. Use the end of your can opener. Put a little air hole in there. There you go. Look at that. It comes right out. Ba-bam. Now you're going to thoroughly mix everything in there up. You're all good and mixed up. It'll look about like this when you're done. And then we're going to add the rice. So here's our wild rice mixture that's done right here. And again, make sure you're tasting it to make sure that the The wild rice is soft because it is a big thing. You gotta let her simmer for about 25 minutes. But that 25 minutes gets that ready. So now all I do is I mix the whole thing together. Again, a little difficult with trying to hold the camera. All right. Not bad, not bad. Don't say anything. Okay, and now I'll mix it up. And voila. There you go. So now, what do you do with it? All right, so now that I've created a mess and I've got my SOS all made down there and it's looking and smelling scrumptious, the best way to eat it is just like they did in the old-fashioned way. Take a piece of toast, toast it, lay it on your plate, butter the bread, and put a scoop of that right over the top. Now, this meal would be excellent, excellent, excellent on opening weekend. You got some tenderloins, maybe a couple pieces of chops, and you just pull those babies out. Maybe you got a couple deer, and it's all tenderloins. Put it together. The boys come back from out in the stands. It is amazing. So the only thing left is the recipe down below, and you must subscribe. Get me to 1,000. Yes, you guys, right down there, the red button. Okay, and the picture of the final meal. Again, thanks for sticking with me. Outdoor Kruse. Bam, bam. That's real butter. That's right, here it comes. Bam, yeah. Stack that on there, right there. There's your meal. SOS Venison.